Heading overseas now, and particularly to the United States, a recent poll in Iowa shows a disapproval rating for President Joe Biden has fallen to 62%. Let's bring in our political analyst, as we always do on a Monday, from Curtin University, Joe Siracusa. Joe, good morning to you. So it started around the exit of Afghanistan, right? And it's kind of tumbled since there. Where's this going to end?
Good morning, Pete. Yes. Look, we're witnessing this past week, particularly with polls like that and Gallup and the Gallup poll. We're witnessing the death of the 2020 Joe Biden. Biden was elected essentially with his 80 million votes because he appeared to be safer hands than Donald Trump, more reliable than Donald Trump, more of a compromiser. It turns out in the last couple of weeks, particularly last week, that none of these things has proven true. He was supposed to have got the pandemic under control by July 4th. That didn't happen. In fact, Americans have suffered 100,000 additional deaths in the last 90 days. So no one's in control. And there are 70 million Americans out there who are not going to get a vaccination, not because they don't believe or disbelieve in them. It's just they're protesting. They're protesting a government that they find treats them very badly. They feel that the government's contemptible and that the government doesn't trust them. So this is a political protest that people are willing to risk their lives for. And of course, the Democratic Party is imploding in Congress. I mean, we have an infrastructure bill, which America needs. Roads and bridges are falling down. And the progressives in the Democratic Party are tying it to a very large social policy package pushed by Bernie Sanders and others, which is about free child care, and it's about eyeglasses and hearing aids and free dental and free this and that and free junior college and fighting climate change and the rest of it. And that's not going anywhere at $3.5 or $3.2 trillion. So the progressives decided that they both have to go forward together. The moderates say that can't be done. And so the progressives are prepared to blow up the whole thing. And Biden, he's lost control of it. He's now tied the one bill to the other instead of making one sequential to the other. So he's lost control of that. And of course, we've been talking in this show the last couple of weeks of Biden's failure to build back the American reputation overseas. Aside from Boris Johnson and Scott Morrison, I doubt the president has picked up any new friends in the world. He hasn't handled the North Korean crisis. He hasn't got back to the table on Iran. Not much is happening with Russia and the renewal of a treaty. And of course, relations with China continue to go downhill. We thought
so when does Donald Trump start his campaign again, Joe?
Well, Trump's friends, according to page 6 of the New York Post, say that he's 99% sure that he's going to run for president. And then look, if he doesn't, there's going to be somebody who looks an awful lot like him and someone with similar views. So,
but who else is there? There's no one else in the Republican Party. It's got to be Trump, right?
Well, it's because there was no one in 2016 that we got Trump. I mean, there's nobody around. I mean, no one seems to want to run. Of course, in the Democratic Party, everybody wants to run. It's like Guatemala, where everybody has to be president once. Everyone's trying to be president. No, there's really very few people in the background. There's some of Trump's followers in the background, like Nikki Haley and others who would like to be president.
DeSantis.
But they don't have enough clout. But the thing is that these are very scary polls. And keep in mind, what's bothering Democrats right now, they see in the polls, they see the president's policies are collapsing, his positions are collapsing. They're worried about the down ballot. Now, on election day, next election day, first Tuesday in November 2022, we have the entire 435 members of the House of Representatives, which right now has the 3 majority Democrats, and we got 1/3 of the Senate, and we got everybody else in the country. We got governors and we got mayors are elected on that particular day, right down to the guy who. The guy who finds the dogs on the side streets. I mean, the dog catcher. Everybody's running, and if they can see that Biden is going down the toilet, they don't want to go with him, so they're going to start to distance themselves. And of course, every time President Biden's in trouble, he wants to remind the reporter or whoever he's talking to, and likes to say, "Look, I'm the president." Well, yeah, okay. If you got to keep saying that, people aren't going to believe a word you say. So right now, his his support has collapsed. He's not the safe hands, not reliable, and he's not a compromiser. And so a lot of Americans are going to look for change, but they're in a tough spot. They're riding this pandemic. And look, to be fair to President Biden and former President Trump, anybody who says they've got a handle on this pandemic is lying. This thing's coming through like a tsunami, Pete, and there ain't much we can do about it.
No, it's got a habit of making anyone look like an idiot at some point, sooner or later. Joe Siracusa, good to chat. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.